Welcome to TMZ Live. Harvey Levin here.
Charles here.
So Michelle Obama has finally addressed those nagging divorce rumors that really circulated after she missed Jimmy Carter's funeral, missed the inauguration of Donald Trump. You can understand the latter, the former, a little more mysterious.
And then, but there was more than that also, that there were several times
going out to dinner.
The former president was seen out at dinner by himself.
And sometimes with the two daughters, but not Michelle.
Sometimes with the daughters, not with Michelle. And so the rumors have been nagging. She finally addressed it on Sophia Bush's podcast and says that their marriage is okay, but she has made some very personal decisions and she doesn't care what you think.
I get to look at my calendar, which I did this year. It was a real big example of me, myself, looking at something that I was supposed to do, you know, without naming names. And I chose to do what was best for me. The interesting thing is that when I say no, for the most part, people are like, I get it, and I'm okay, right? And that's the thing that we, as women, I think we struggle with, like, disappointing people.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, so much so that this year people were, you know, they couldn't even fathom that I was making a choice for myself, that they had to assume that my husband and I are divorcing. You know, this couldn't be a grown woman just making a set of decisions for herself. Right.
Right.
But that's what society does to us.
So there are two issues here. One is what she said about women, and the second is what she said specifically about herself. On the specifically about herself part, I get it. I've read a lot of books on Michelle and Barack Obama, and she talks about, you know, how she hated politics. She did not like being in the White House when Barack was in the state legislature in Illinois. Really tough for her. But she did a lot of stuff that she didn't want to do. And I kind of hear that.
I understand that completely when it comes to Trump's inauguration.
I can answer what you're going to say.
I didn't expect, but
I can answer. No, I can answer it.
Funeral
I can answer it. I can answer
different.
I can answer it. Do you remember? And it was George Bush Sr.'s funeral when Donald Trump was there with Michelle and Barack Obama. She would not look at him.
Right.
The birthright citizenship,
I
it
get
for her.
I understand.
And I don't think she wanted to be around Trump. I really, because that's what she's talking about, when things I don't want to do.
I believe that's why she didn't want to go. And
I think it was Trump.
I even said to you at the time, because they sat them all in succession, she knew that they were going to end up sitting next to Trump.
Right.
And I guess that's
she
what
didn't want to do it.
But I don't know.
I think that's what it is. When I really heard it this time, that's what I heard. That I'm going to make my own decisions. I do not want to sit next to this guy.
And I know what she's saying about making decisions for yourself. I disagree with her that that's something that only women struggle with.
That's the second part.
Men struggle with that also.
That's the second part.
And do things that they don't want to. But if you're a former first lady, who am I to say that you have this duty? But
that's what she's saying. She's saying, I'm not going to deal with the duty anymore. I'm going to deal with what is good for me. That's what she's saying. That's what she's saying.
I guess.
I was a little disappointed with her saying, like, the female card, right? Because I don't think a lot of the speculation about their possible divorce had anything to do with her being a woman and getting criticized more because she's a woman. Had nothing to do with that. It simply had to do with her being absent at really big events, the ones that you guys mentioned. But also a month ago, we even got some videos and photos of Barack out with his daughters in LA at a Thai restaurant, and she wasn't there. So it was certain things like that stepping out in public where she was not being seen for a while, and it was like, where's Michelle? Where's Michelle? I think I can see why maybe she wouldn't go to some of the big public events like, you know, Jimmy Carter's funeral and stuff, because here she wants her own life back. Like you mentioned, Harvey, she's never been a fan of politics. I can see her wanting to step away, have some time for herself. But to say, like, people are only criticizing her and bringing up divorce rumors only because she's a woman is not fair.
She meant that women feel like they have to do certain things.
But stepping out for Thai food with your children and your husband?
But you also don't have to go to...
Yeah, I mean, the only problem I have with that is, look,
it just looks
women, you can't put any group in one box and say women are this way, you know, a certain race is this way, you know, a certain sexual orientation is this way. People are different. And look, she is, what I know about her is she's brilliant and an incredibly strong person, with a real belief, a belief, a view, a world view that she applies, and she's had to eat crow all these years.
I ate crow when I had to because we were in the White House,
and now I don't.
Now I don't have to, and now I'm going.
I just don't think to say all women have this thing about disappointing other people. It's like
I think that's a society thing. I think
no, it is a societal thing where it's like, oh, the woman should be there for the man. You know, the woman should be by the man's side, which, by the way, she has done.
That's not what I meant.
Yes,
I meant that in society, we are all, male or female, whatever, we're all expected to do certain things.
Right.
Because you are part of the social contract. Right.
And we do stuff we don't want to do.
Sometimes you come to our holiday party. You don't really want to go, and you try to avoid it, but you come because
can I just
you
say,
have to.
We just had a really brutal morning meeting today, and I'm kind of sick of this, so lay off, okay?
Hey, it's Taylor from St. Louis, and Michelle Obama is loved by all of us. She will forever be the honorary first lady in the eyes of all of us, but the reality is Michelle has fulfilled her duties, and I'm not mad at her at all for saying she wants to do things for her. I think we are like that ex that she can't get rid of, and we have to learn to respect her privacy and allow her to live as much of a human life, or a normal life, excuse me, that she possibly can. I mean, I think we have to call a spade at this point and say it's the end of an era. We won't get Michelle Obama the way that we've had her in the past.
You say you're not mad. You know who is mad? Justin Bieber.
There is a theme here between Michelle Obama and Justin Bieber, who is out in the desert. He has arrived in Palm Springs, there for Coachella. First weekend is coming up, but he is clearly not looking forward to all the attention he normally gets when he's out in public. Watch what happened as he was going to get some coffee with some buddies this morning in Palm Springs.
Why are you here? You already know. You just want money. Money. Go. Get out of here. All you guys want is money. Money. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, money. That's all you care about, money? That's all you care about, guys. It's money. You don't care about people. Only money. No people. You don't care about human beings. Go.
He walked around to every person who's out there with a camera and made his point about they want money, and then there was no confrontation beyond that. He walked in and got coffee, and that was it. But he's put everyone on notice. I don't want you making money off of me.
I mean, look, I see both sides to this. I mean, on one hand, obviously it's a public place. Those guys are there just doing their job. At least from the video we have, didn't really do anything crossing the line. I mean, the guy literally said, "Good morning, Justin," and then he lost it. But like on the other hand, I mean, the guy has been dealing with this since he was a teenager, and I could see it getting a little annoying when everywhere he goes, you know, there's people that are wanting interviews and snapping photos of him. So kind of see both sides.
Well, and also we don't know if anything happened before.
Prior to the video.
Whether it's earlier this morning. Yeah.
Purchased from an agency. But.
Right. Or maybe yesterday, we don't know. Maybe something just really triggered him. That's what it feels like to me, that there's something that happened.
Why? Yeah, because why is he
all of a sudden
now
out of the blue?
But I will say, look, he has been talking a lot on social media about his mental health, and much like we just said about Michelle Obama, maybe Justin Bieber's decided he's not going to do certain things, and he doesn't want to be photographed. It's going to be difficult for him being
when you go to Coachella, especially.
Right, and when you go to Coachella, are people going to take photos? Most certainly.
Hey guys, Sheila Zolnor, Fort Lauderdale, Florida. So I think we've been watching this unfold kind of in slow motion, right? We're hearing about the connection possibly between him and Diddy, him and Usher. That whole thing is sort of unfolding right now, and I think there's a lot of trauma to unpack, and it could potentially just be that he is over it, right? I get that those guys were not particularly in his face, but I think that we are watching a guy who is struggling pretty deeply, and I think we need to see the bigger picture here.
What I think and hear, I do not dismiss everything you just said, honestly. Okay, we're going to take a break.
All right, when we come back, President Trump's tariffs and the tariff war in particular with China. Some people, certainly Democrats, feel he has gone too far. There's one person who says he needs to go further. This isn't enough. Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank is going to be here with what he thinks President Trump should be doing with China in particular.